Hello friends, this is Ramna. Today I will show demo on how to create and drop a composite primary key in SQL table. Primary key is one of the constraints in SQL that allows you to identify record uniquely from the table. So it does not allow duplicates and nulls. So this is the basic definition of the primary key. Now I am creating one table EMP. So with three columns and make this ID as primary key and dept underscore id. With these three columns, if you want to create any primary key in the table, this is the syntax: id int primary key and mention the rest of the columns. Table is created with the emp table with the id int as a primary key. Now I want to create a composite primary key. Composite primary key consists more than one column and allows you to uniquely identify the records from the table. So I'm writing the syntax for the same EMP table, making ID and department ID as composite primary key. Primary key ID comma dgpt underscore ID. So here I'm creating EMP table ID, name, department ID, and at last primary key I mentioned, and within parentheses I mentioned the columns. Whatever the columns I need to create a composite primary key, mention your columns and select your query and take this one, execute. So command and refresh your tables here. We have emp underscore table. Expand this plus button and expand the columns here. There you find log symbol, ID and department ID. That means both are considering as a primary keys. There is nothing but composite primary key. So I'm trying to insert values. Insert into emp underscore tbl values. So I'm inserting 1 comma and I'm giving values for the first record. This one as null and this one as also null. It throws error. So it cannot insert the nulls as per the definition. Primary key cannot insert nulls and it cannot insert the duplicate values as well. I am inserting same record 101 department ID with same name 1 ID and I am changing name as Suresh. First we will see the table. We have only one record. We have only one record. Now I am inserting the second record with all duplicate values. So it throws violation of the primary key. So whatever the conditions we have in the primary key, the same conditions are applicable to even for composite primary key on both columns in your table. So this is how you need to create a composite primary key. Just mention your primary key and mention your two columns. Whatever the columns you want to make it one composite primary key, mention your column names within the primary key and create your table. Now drop. So how to drop a composite primary key? When you drop any primary key, alter table name, drop primary key. Assuming that your table has only one primary key, that this syntax will work. Alter table your EMP table, drop primary key. That means this syntax will drop the primary key on the EMP table because EMP table one primary key. In any table, it's a generally we have only one primary key. We don't have two primary keys. If you want to make it two columns as one primary key, then we will go for composite primary key. I am showing how to drop a composite primary key. Alter table, your table name, drop constraint, constraint and constraint name. This is the syntax. Alter table, table name is EMP, drop constraint. What is the constraint here? You want to know the constraint, check the keys. So there you found one pk underscore your table name with some alphanumeric digits. Copy this whole thing and mention here and execute this query. Sorry, emp underscore tbl and execute this one. Command successfully. Then refresh your emp table. Expand the columns here. See here. For ID and department ID, earlier you have shown log symbols. Now we don't see any log symbol. That means, and composite primary key has been dropped from these two columns of your employee table. So this is how you need to create your composite primary key and drop your composite primary key from the table. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you.